Yes, good evening everyone. Welcome to Lukmaan IAS. This is DTRS session Daily Takkar Rapid Series. In this lecture series, daily we are discussing 10 quality MCQs based on the current affairs of the day. This is class 237 and we will discuss 10 MCQs based on the current affairs of 26th of April. The lead topic for today is difference between IPO and FPO. ठीक है, तो it was in news FPO follow on we can say public offering. Now let's understand the meaning of IPO and FPO also, and we'll solve the first MCQ based on this topic and other 9 MCQs on other 9 relevant topics. But before that, yes, tomorrow 28th of April there will be 400 Dreams scholarship test at Lukmaan IAS, and this scholarship test is to get admission into the Lukmaan IAS foundation course that is going to start on the 13th of May 2024. And the top 10 rankers will get 11 months of GS foundation batch absolutely free. The remaining 390 students, they will get some discount in the course fee on the basis of their score. Okay, score in this test. The test will be designed in a let's say in a manner that the questions will be asked from the basic understanding of NCERT level knowledge and the current developments in last 6 months. So those who are preparing from their hometown or those who are from economically weaker background, it is very good opportunity for all of you. Do register now itself at Lukmaan IAS website and give this test tomorrow. Okay. Now, daily we are also discussing one quotation which is helping us to prepare for our mains examination. Now, today's quotation is by Aristotle, and he is saying here, education is an ornament in prosperity, a refuge in adversity. The three key terms in this quotation: education is an ornament in prosperity and refuge in adversity. Yes, importance of education has been emphasized from time to time by different leaders and philosophers. So yes, of course, the educated person is, we can say that, more knowledgeable person and is able to take better decisions in the life. So that's why it is said like this: education is an ornament in prosperity. So whenever the country or society is prospering, there is economic growth and everyone is having sufficient income, the basic necessities are fulfilled, then the education becomes ornament. Ornament in a sense that it will help people to live fulfilling life. ठीक है, so that will provide the people intellectual happiness, जिसको हम बोलते हैं intellectual happiness. This is how ornament we can call. You can take the examples of famous empires in the past, be it from ancient India or medieval India. So you can see that those flourishing empires used to have the educated people in their courts. The kings used to keep them in, we can say, their courts, and they used to take advice of such educated people. Okay? So in the same manner, at present also, if we see the people from different think tanks, be it for policy matters, or we can say that NGOs working for different, let's say, ideas, different areas. So they are, we can say, highly educated people, and they are contributing to more welfare of the society. Now, a refuge in adversity. Now, why we are saying like this, a refuge in adversity? Yes. Adversity, we can take example of, we can say, any kind of disaster, emergency situation. And in such emergency situation, the education or educated people will try to solve the problems that society is facing, country is facing. They will provide innovative solutions which are cost effective also and efficient also. Cost effective, efficient, and it will help to help government, or overall we can say, to save the life of people. In this manner, we can talk about a refuge in adversity, because in adversity, the religion or any kind of, let's say, the belief will not help. Rather, the education, knowledge, it will help in such kind of situation. Okay? Yes, of course, very good example, Vijay, that pandemic, during pandemic times, initially people, followed different kinds of methodologies to ward off this virus. ठीक है, बहुत सारे लोगों ने misbeliefs, misconceptions follow किए, but you know that ultimately the science prevails, the knowledge prevails. ठीक है, तो in the same manner you can talk about is refuge in adversity. So ultimately we found refuge to solve the problem of pandemic in, we can say that, the scientists, the doctors, or we can say the WHO and the professionals working in the health sector. ठीक है, तो इस तरीके से हम बोल सकते हैं एग्जाम्पल देके, राइट? ऑलराइट, नाउ टुडेस 10 टॉपिक्स. Okay, these are the 10 topics. Let's discuss them one by one. So lead topic is the difference between IPO and FPO. So basically follow on public offering. ठीक है, follow on public offering and initial public offering, IPO. So what is the main difference here? IPO is basically when a particular company goes public, it wants to sell the shares to the common people. So in the primary market, the company issues IPO, initial public offering, and there the shares for the first time are divided or sold to the people, and this is how the capital is raised by the company. ठीक है, तो इसको हम IPO बोलते हैं. IPO is done in primary market. ठीक है, ये कहां पर होता है? प्राइमरी मार्केट में होता है. But this one, follow on public offering, this is basically done after initial public offering. If it wants to sell further, let's say shares of any particular company, then they can have this follow on public offering. ठीक है, तो follow on public offering जो recently वोडाफोन कंपनी ने किया था, ठीक है, सो इसके लिए ये न्यूज में था. Yes, what should be the answer to this question? Yes, some students are saying A. क्या होना चाहिए आंसर इसका? Yes. So I told you the difference just now. The trading of both IPOs and FPOs is carried out through primary market. This is incorrect because FPO is carried out in secondary market, right? And FPO, a listed company, can issue additional shares. No, this is correct statement. So yes, that is true. A is the correct answer. Okay, so remember this. It can be asked in the prelims examination. Now, second question. What should be answer to this one? Heat index. Yes, it is many times in news, especially recently, unusually high temperatures were observed in Mumbai. जब दुबई में floods आए थे तो उस टाइम पे मुंबई में बहुत ज़्यादा heat हुआ था. Similar kind of event and linked event happened. We discussed that in the earlier lectures. Now, what I was telling here that heat index is something which takes into consideration not only the temperature but the impact of humidity to arrive at the apparent temperature level. Apparent temperature levels मतलब जो है, कभी कभी टेम्परेचर इतना ज्यादा नहीं होता है बट गर्मी बहुत ज्यादा लगती है. That is, we can say, feel like temperature. And many times in the coastal areas, due to very high humidity, the temperature may appear more even if it is not more, and such kind of, we can say, situation is very harmful. It can be problematic. It helps, heat index helps in understanding the impact of humidity on high temperature and how it contributes to human discomfort during hot weather. So it creates discomfort, especially when there is high humidity and high temperature. So this is correct. Now, why we are saying like this? Because heat index is a parameter that considers both temperature and humidity to calculate the apparent temperature for human. So both statements are correct, and statement 2 is correctly explaining the statement 1. So yes, that is correct, Vijay. A is the correct answer about this. Okay, so heat index takes into consideration both temperature and humidity. Right. Now, what about this one? Representation of People's Act 1951 provides that if the number of candidates matches the number of seats, then they are to be declared elected without a poll. Now that is true. If suppose there are 5 constituencies and only 5 members are fighting the election from these 5 constituencies, तो वहां पर कोई competition है ही नहीं ना, तो they will be declared a winner unopposed. So this is the provision in the law itself. This is correct. Now, an election is a decision-making process by which the population chooses an individual or multiple individuals to hold the public office. Now, this is basic meaning of election, and it is not having any specific link to first statement, and that's why both statements are individually correct, no relation between them. So we can say B is the correct answer here. Okay? B is the correct answer. All right. Now moving on. Recently, this place was in news, Cox's Bazar. Okay, Cox's Bazar. Yes, where it is located, Cox's Bazar, it is infamous, we can say, due to millions of Rohingya refugees which arrived from Rakhine state of Myanmar after, we can say, some kind of expulsion from that region of Myanmar by Myanmar junta. So वहां पर ये सारे आकर कहां पर रह रहे हैं, कोक्स बाजार में रह रहे हैं. There is huge refugee camps there. Now it is located where? It is located in Bangladesh. It is also the longest uninterrupted beach. It is having that longest uninterrupted beach in the world, Cox's Bazar. Okay, so C is the correct answer. Bangladesh. Now, with reference to inflammatory bowel disease, consider the following statements. There was this article on the Hindu newspaper science page. So we have to identify the correct statement about this IBD. Inflammatory bowel disease. It is a group of chronic inflammatory conditions that affect the gastrointestinal tract. So as we know, bowel movement बोलते हैं ना हम कि पेट साफ होना या इस तरीके से. So from that one can easily understand this is the correct statement. It can't be transferred genetically from parents to offspring. Now this is the trick here. Okay, why? Because many times people may think कि genetically है तो वो brain ज़्यादातर या फिर एक particular disease जो होता है वो होता है transfer, right? Inherited diseases or disorders. However, let's say some of the cases it has been found that if suppose in family any particular person is having the history of this particular disease, then the offsprings can have or next generations can have such kind of disease. So can't be, this is incorrect. There is no curative treatment for IBD, but the symptomatic treatment can be there, and that's why the disease can be controlled if the symptoms are detected earlier. Okay, so we can say that this is correct statement. Only one statement is incorrect, 2 statements are correct. B is the correct answer here. Okay, B is the correct answer. All right. What about this one? Arctic Council. Arctic Council. Yes. So many times Arctic and Antarctic related governance of these, let's say, areas which are beyond the national jurisdiction of many countries, or we can say we can call them as global commons. Okay, so they can ask such kind of question from international relations IR. Now, Arctic Council is basically a kind of council established through Ottawa Declaration of 1996. This is correct. There are total 8 members at present, and there are total 13 observer states or countries, and among them India is also observer. India got observer status in 2013. India got observer status in 2013. So council is a treaty based international legal entity. It is not treaty based. Through this declaration it is let's say formed. So there is no written treaty to, let's say, to mention such kind of, let's say, governance framework. So this is incorrect. Now India is not observer of Arctic Council. Not, it is observer. Okay, so 2 statements are incorrect, only one step. So which are these 8 members? It can be asked in the prelims, क्योंकि वो कोई भी एक रीजनल ग्रुपिंग का आपको मेंबर्स पूछ रहे हैं. They have asked about G20, they have asked about organization of Turkic countries. So which are all these 8 members? So 2 from North America, it is Canada and US, and other are European. ठीक है, तो कौन से हैं यहाँ पर? रशिया इज देयर, वन ऑफ द लॉन्गेस्ट वी कैन से बॉर्डर विथ आर्कटिक. देन सेकंड वी कैन टॉक अबाउट स्वीडन, आइसलैंड, डेनमार्क, जो ग्रीनलैंड है और डेनमार्क का पार्ट है. ठीक है, देन विच वन इज फिफ्थ वन? फिनलैंड, and sixth one is Norway. So all these countries have some kind of area in Arctic Circle. ठीक है, Arctic Circle 66.5 north. Beyond that it is Arctic Circle, right? तो इनका एरिया जो है वहां पर गिरता है थोड़ा बहुत. तो वो सारे कंट्रीज हम बोल सकते हैं उसके मेंबर्स है, 8 मेंबर. याद रखिए मेंबर्स के नाम भी. फाइन, मूविंग ऑन. Yes. Match the pairs, and these tribes were in news recently, and we have to match the pairs according to the predominant location in states. Tiwas, we know they are located in Assam. Recently it was also in news. Why? Because the celebration of pre-sowing or pre-sowing festival by Tiwas in Assam, it was in news. Now Malapandaran, these are the tribal people of Kerala and Tamil Nadu, we can say. This is correctly matched. डोंगरिया और डोंगरिया कोंड मणिपुर में नहीं है, तो लार्जली इट इज फाउंड इन नियामगिरी हिल्स ऑफ ओडिशा. ठीक है, सो दिस इज इनकरेक्टली मैच्ड एंड आंसर वुड बी हियर. दिस वाज. इसी तरीके से आपको 2 सही पता होते हैं और 1 नहीं पता होता है, यही तो आपको थोड़ा सा वर्क करना है इस बार. ठीक है, सो यस, बी इज द करेक्ट आंसर. नेक्स्ट. Now this particular horse variety, which is also called as heavenly horse, it was in news. Down to earth में एक आर्टिकल आया था, अकल्टिकी. ठीक है, तो अकल्टिकी क्या होता है? दिस इज द हॉर्स फाउंड इन तुर्कमेनिस्तान. यहाँ पर देखा है कजाकिस्तान लिखा है, तुर्कमेनिस्तान. प्योरली व्हाइट इन कलर, ब्लूइश आईज. ठीक है, तो जो इसलिए उसको क्या बोला गया है? हेवनली हॉर्स. आप देखते हैं कोई आपके पास घर में भी फ्रेम हो कोई भगवान का, तो जो हॉर्सेस होता है, ठीक है, तो व्हाइट कलर के होते हैं ना. भगवान जो चैरियट चला रहा है, समझो श्री कृष्ण भगवान, व्हाइट कलर के होता है, राइट. सो बेसिकली दिस आइडिया इज फ्रॉम दीज हॉर्सेस ओनली. ये कहाँ पर है? तुर्कमेनिस्तान के. द आर्ट ऑफ अकल्टिकी हॉर्स ब्रीडिंग एंड ट्रेडिशन ऑफ हॉर्स डेकोरेशन has been included in UNESCO's representative list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. This is correct, we can say. Recently it was in news. Why? Because Turkmenistan government has decided that they will organize one festival of these horses decoration for the first time. इसलिए न्यूज में था. ठीक है, so second statement is correct here. B, species based questions can be also asked. तो उस तरीके से भी आप याद रख सकते हैं. Heavenly horses. Now, Special 301 report. Every year, the US Department of Trade Representative, okay, it releases this Special 301 report. And this report is basically the analysis of US trade partners in terms of the trade barriers related to intellectual property rights. B is the correct answer. It analyzes the trade barriers for intellectual properties in its trade partners of USA. So B is the correct answer. Such kind of, let's say, term based questions can be asked from the economy part. What about this one? Nilgiri Thar. So Tamil Nadu government has decided to have one census or survey of Nilgiri Thar in the state. So that's why it was in news. The animal is endemic not to Karnataka. We can say that it is endemic to Western Ghats, स्पेशली नीलगिरीज एंड अनाईमलाई हिल्स. ठीक है, वेस्टर्न घाट्स हम बोल सकते हैं. तीनों स्टेट में पॉपुलेशन है इसका, कर्नाटका, तमिलनाडु एंड केरला. मेजॉरिटी ऑफ पॉपुलेशन इज इन केरला एंड तमिलनाडु. ठीक है, सो इट इज द ओनली स्पीसीज ऑफ जीनस नीलगिरी ट्रैगस एंड इज क्लोजली रिलेटेड टू शीप ऑफ जीनस ओविस. दिस इज करेक्ट, वी कैन से. द Eraviculam National Park is the home to largest population of Nilgiri Thar. So this is also correct statement about Nilgiri Thar. Eraviculam National Park was in news last year because for the first time, India's first furnarium has been set up here in Eraviculam National Park. Furnarium, ferns. So that was that we covered in the mapping section also. Now about Nilgiri Thar, IUCN status endangered. Okay, about population of 3000 at present in India. Endangered species है बोल सकते हैं, and schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Also it is the state animal of Tamil Nadu. ठीक है, तो दो स्टेटमेंट सही है इसमें. What should be the answer? B is the correct answer. Very good. ठीक है, so any question related to these 10 questions? Yes, every day we are telling all of you that Panchasutra test, all India prelims mock tests are being held Lukmaan IAS online as well as offline manner in regional centers of Ahmedabad, Hyderabad and Pune also, and in Delhi, the head center. Now, the Panchasutra test was successfully held on 20th of April. More than 1000 students appeared in this test, and immediately on the same day, the faculties are discussing all these questions. So it is going to be very helpful resource for all of you, and it is completely free of cost. So if you have not registered yet, do register at Lukmaan IAS website now itself, and the next test will be on 4th May 2024. So be ready for this, do revision in the next week and give this test. Okay, fine. Okay, let us stop there.